All right, guys, it's Copper Cutlass, and I got a couple relays sitting out here. Why? Well, as you know, last weekend we spent a good chunk, most of the entire weekend, if not, wiring up my friend's Mustang. So we thought it would be cool because he got a fiberglass dash to put indicator lights in there. Well, all you can get is LEDs, and we thought that the LEDs would not affect the circuit. Well, even the indicator lights affect the circuit. So many of you may know that when you go to like LED turn signals, you did a different flasher. It's got a little microprocessor in there, and pretty much the LEDs don't draw enough load to activate the flasher. So the flasher pretty much, it gets hot, it opens, it closes, it opens, it closes, etc., etc., etc. So what we're doing here is we're going to turn our indicator wire to a signal wire. So at that point, it bears, like, it's not going to affect it. So, and then our constant hot is going to actually feed, well, not the constant hot. This is our constant hot going in. This is our ground. I believe the blue is the trigger, and then the white is going out. So the white would be going out to the LED, and at that point, the indicator voltage is just a signal, and we should still be able to retain all of our signal lamps on the car without affecting it. So what was happening is that when you turn on the turn signals, all of the corner lamps or signal lamps would just come on and stay on because the LEDs would throw that whole circuit for a curve. And so since we did the dash on a bunch of Deutsch connectors, I disconnected the connector from the indicator lights, which I wired them together because they were just two hots going into a LED that had a ground. But an LED is a diode, and something I was talking with my boss about is that, you know, LEDs, as far as I can remember, when I used to race RC cars, there is a polarity side to LEDs, and there's videos out there of guys where the flasher, if you don't install it right, it won't work. There is a polarity to it. So what we're going to be doing is I'm going to make a little relay panel so that we can get our indicator lights to work. Now, this may be the most dumbest shit in the world, but the indicator lights are in there. They look good. I just got to make a little aluminum holder for it. Just something to make this work, and it's going to be easy because we have, again, in the dash, we left wires that we knew were switched hot, constant hot, loomed in there, and we're going to use it. So we're going to have constant hots going to our relay, and then we got our grounds, and then we got our trigger wire, and then we got our power going out. So we're going to turn these little bastards into blinker dingery doos, and hopefully we will have indicator lights on our dash. So that would be cool if we can make that work, and in theory this should all work. Now, I don't know if anybody else has done that, but the rest of the car does not have LED bulbs. They're all incandescent. He does not like the look of the LEDs on the car, and I agree with him. The lights that he has are plenty bright, but the indicator lights are just LEDs, and they throw the whole circuit for a fucking, you know, curveball. So we might be the only dumbasses in the world that are going to be doing this, but for somebody out there who's going to be going to LEDs or like LED indicators specifically, this is it. Because we have, even at work, we have a 69 Roadrunner where everything is incandescent, but the indicator kit we bought are LEDs, so I'm going to probably have to do the same thing, but this will make those indicator lights work for your dash. So this is a really odd situation where we don't have any LED. I guarantee that if we had all LEDs, the flashers would work, but we don't. We just have two little LED indicators on that circuit, and it just fucks up the whole deal. So we're going to be doing this. I will follow it up and let you guys know. Hopefully this works, but by all conventional theories, this should work because we're going to be using the power that we were using to turn on our LED indicators as just a trigger. So it will have no effect on that circuit, or shouldn't. And then, it's going to be at that point using the constant hot as the trigger for the LED, which is going to be its own deal. And it should be fine, because then at that point it's got its own little specific circuit for the diode. So and hopefully then that isn't an issue and affects the rest of it, because the LED, you can turn it on and off with 12 volts, but the draw is different, and that's the key thing there. There isn't enough load to heat up the flasher to, and again, current follows the path of least resistance. So the indicators are tied into the main circuit of the signal lamps. So it's going through the diode. Why? It's the path of least resistance. There is not much of a draw. So it is choosing that path. So we have to isolate that path, and we're going to be using the relay for that. So I hope that makes sense. I think that makes sense. I hope I explained it well. We'll follow it up, guys. Share, like, subscribe. Follow me on Instagram as Copper Colors. We'll see you guys around.